Okay, hello everybody, Shrouded Hand here. This is a slightly different video. I don't know why, I found this quite funny, so I thought I would share it with you. Just in case anyone's doubting my credentials as a lifelong fan of all things spooky. My parents visited me last week and my mum bought me a load of old schoolwork and I was looking through it. This is a really good example of what I was like as a kid. So I've always been obsessed with creepy things, skeletons, ghosts, all that sort of stuff. And any opportunity I could find to write about or draw something creepy, I would take it. And a lot of the time, my teachers were not happy with me for this. So I've got this folder here, R5 Sensors, Thomas. I don't know how old I was. I must have been in infant school at the time, probably 5 or 6. I don't know. Found this one about the eye. I'm going to read out what it says because you can kind of tell I wasn't that interested in talking about the eye and I really just wanted to talk about something else. And there's a picture with this as well, by the way. We'll get to that at the end, but I'll just read out what it says because, you know, my writing's not that good. This is my eye. My eye is like a camera. The iris is made of muscles. The pupil can get bigger or smaller. Right, okay, that's the eye. That's the crap about the eye out of the way. Right. What else can the eye do? It can see. So what can I see with my eye? I would like to see a skeleton, and I would keep one. Skeletons don't scare me. And I would like to see a ghost castle. I would like to live in it. These are life goals for me back in the day. I don't know. Somewhere along the lines, I've abandoned those goals. I mean, keeping a skeleton and living in a ghost castle. And yeah, as I said, there's a picture which takes up a good third of the page, so you can tell what I really wanted to do was get some excuse to draw a spooky picture, and I think this picture is actually really good for the age that I was. So yeah, I'll talk you through the picture. Obviously we've got the castle here, the ghost castle. We've got here Dracula, spooky Dracula here. Next to him, he's got his hand on the shoulder of a guy with his head coming off, obviously blood pumping out of the neck hole. A really nicely drawn spooky spider. It hasn't got 8 legs, but you know, you can forgive me for being very small. I mean, I couldn't even spell ghost castle, so getting 8 legs on a spider is a bit beyond me. I don't know what this is. Fireplace. Next to it we've got Frankenstein's. He looks like he's got 4 arms, but I think that's his neck with the bolts sticking out of the side, and then his arms underneath. Obviously I didn't have very good proportion skills back then, but you know, give me a bit of slack. I hadn't had my art training by then. Underneath, I think this is probably a werewolf. It looks a bit cute. I don't know, there's a bat talking to a bat maybe they're mates. And then underneath the bat, a pretty cool looking skeleton. I don't really know what's going on with his ribcage there. I'm not sure. It's a good rendition of a skeleton for someone that age. Staircase next to it, look at that. I've actually got perspective on a staircase. I'm actually surprised. Those are like cracks in the stairs, but I'm actually surprised I managed to draw stairs that way. Next to that is some kind of 2-headed beast. No idea what that's meant to be, but spooky, isn't it? There's a mummy, which I quite like. I like the red eyes and mouth and nose on there. I don't know if this is meant to be me next to the mummy, because I did say I would like to see a ghost castle and like to live in it, so maybe that's me living in the ghost castle, just sort of partying it up with all the spooky characters, and then there's a scary ghost next to me there, so yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I think that's probably me, you know, small child living in a ghost castle. I don't know what scenario I envisioned which would enable me to be living alone in this ghost castle with all these spooky characters, but you know, it was a dream of mine, and yeah, I don't know if even that would be possible. The only spooky ghost castle I can think of, which is actually close to me, is Chillingham Castle, supposedly one of England's most haunted buildings. Yeah, maybe that should be my life goal, to try and live in Chillingham Castle. I don't even know if that's possible. Yeah, owning a skeleton and living in a ghost castle. 2 life goals I've abandoned, and I just wanted to show this. It kind of made me laugh because it's just like, obviously I just didn't care about writing about the eye and I just turned it into an excuse to talk about living in a ghost castle. And yeah, I like that drawing a lot. Nice thing for October as we're leading up to Halloween. It's got a very Halloweeny vibe to it with the orange sky and all that. And oh, and there's another thing as well. The mark from my teacher. Tick, lovely pictures. I seem to remember being actually surprised by that, because up to that point, every time I tried to draw something spooky, I'd kind of get told off for it being too scary. I remember because I was obsessed with, there was a local legend of this nun that lived in a park by where I lived. This nun was called Nora the Nun, and I would draw her with like her eyes coming out and blood pouring out of her eye sockets and things. I specifically remembered getting told off by the teacher for drawing Nora the Nun like that. So I think I was actually surprised by the fact that the teacher actually liked the pictures and gave me a tick for that. Nice encouragement. So yeah, I thought I'd share that with you. Lovely pictures. And just a reminder never to give up on your dreams. Everyone's got a dream when they're a kid, don't they? And then somewhere along the way they just abandon it. I did post this on Instagram a while ago, so you might have already seen this. And if you haven't, then follow me on Instagram, because I post a lot of random crap like this, to be honest. And also, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm going to be trying to do Inktober this month, so I'm going to try and draw a new picture every day and post it on there. So if you want to see that, then follow me on Instagram. My first drawing has been a redesign of my logo, trying to make it a bit more detailed. Yeah, hope you like the drawing. Bit of a different video. I don't know whether this is good for the channel, but I thought I'd share it anyway. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time.